Imagine a company valued at $9 million that makes exactly $0 in revenue. None. Zilch. If you bought a cup of coffee today, you've technically generated more top-line growth than this entire tech firm. Today, we are cracking open the 2025 vault of Charging Robotics. It looks like a futuristic powerhouse on paper, but as we dug deeper, we found a hole in their pocket, the size of a lunar crater. Is this the future of EV charging, or just a very expensive science project? Let's find out. Before we talk about robots, we need to talk about magic tricks. In accounting, there's a way to make a losing year look like a win without actually selling a single product. We call it Section 1 the hook. Or as I like to call it, how to grow a $9 million ego on an empty stomach. Look at this number, $1.29 million. In most worlds, that's a celebration. But here's the twist. That money doesn't exist. It's a paper gain from a merger. It's like telling your bank you're rich because your Pokemon card collection tripled in value, even though you can't pay rent with a Charizard. Their actual business? It's a $1.8 million crater. While the headline says losses are narrowing, the reality is that the operational engine is burning fuel faster than a rocket in high orbit. Now, let's check the pantry. On December 31st, this company had $58,000 in cash left. To put that in perspective, that's barely enough to buy a mid-range Tesla, let alone run a global robotics empire. They are burning $88,000 a month. Do the math. They have about 20 days of oxygen left in the tank before the lights go out. This isn't just a liquidity crunch. It's a financial heart attack waiting to happen. You might be thinking, wait, didn't they just deliver 30 electric vehicles in October? Yes, they did. But in the world of professional accounting, that counts as zero. Why? Because these are pilot programs. It's like giving out free samples at Costco. It feels like business. It looks like business. But until someone writes a real check that clears the bank, it's just an expensive hobby. The revenue bar here is so low it's underground. This is the scariest chart in the deck. 96% of what this company owns is invisible. It's goodwill and intangibles. Basically, it's the value of their ideas and their brand. Only 4% is actual, touchable stuff, like desks, computers, and that $58K in cash. If their technology doesn't take off by 2026, that $8 million goodwill turns into a pumpkin overnight. This is a balance sheet built on hope, not hardware. So how do you fix a company with no products? You buy one. They merged with Revoltz to get their hands on the Porto EV. It's a smart move. Now they don't just sell the charger, they sell the whole delivery robot. It's like a printer company finally deciding to sell the paper too. But remember, they bought this growth with stock, not cash. Because, as we established, they don't have any. But here is the secret sauce. They have patents that last until 2043. We're talking about wireless charging that works across a 40mm air gap with sub-centimeter precision. No cables, no human hands. If autonomous delivery becomes the standard, everyone might have to pay a toll to Charging Robotics just to park and juice up. That is a very high-stakes moat, provided they can stay alive long enough to defend it. Location, location, location. All their eggs are in one basket, Tel Aviv. In a stable world, that's a tech hub. In the real world, it's a massive geopolitical risk. If their engineers get called into military service, or the supply chain freezes up, the company's brain trust disappears. There's no plan B geography here. It's 100% exposure to one of the most volatile regions on Earth. Here's where the consulting side of me gets worried. Their R&D costs doubled, which is fine for a tech company. But their administrative costs, the paperwork and salaries, grew by 172%. They are getting more expensive to run, but they aren't getting more efficient. Usually, you want to see the brain, R&D, growing faster than the stomach, G&A. Here, the stomach is winning. Now, a bit of cold humor. Their own report admits they don't have enough people to double-check the math. They literally said, "We have an inadequate segregation of duties." In plain English, the person writing the checks might be the same person balancing the checkbook. That's an auditor's nightmare. It's like letting the fox guard the henhouse. Not because the fox is evil, but because there are no other animals left in the barn. The pivot is here. They are moving from selling boxes to selling, quote, subscriptions, energy as a service. Instead of a one-time $3,000 sale, they want a cut of every kilowatt-hour delivered. It's the Netflixification of charging. If it works, the margins are legendary. If it doesn't, they're just another hardware company with a very expensive electric bill. Is there hope? Yes. A $2 million lifeline just arrived via PIPE financing. But don't pop the champagne yet. At their current burn rate, that money buys them exactly 12 months of life. 2026 is a binary year. They either start making real money from those 50 target units, or they'll be back on the street looking for more cash by next Christmas. So what's the verdict? Charging Robotics is a high-stakes bet. It's a moonshot. You're betting on the L4 infrastructure of the future, but you're doing it with a company that is currently on financial life support. It's brilliant tech, wrapped in a fragile wallet. The question for 2026 isn't, is the robot cool? The question is, can they sell enough of them before the bank calls? If you want the full, 50-page, unredacted audit of the EV infrastructure sector, you know where to find us. At HDIN Research, we don't just look at the robots, we look at the receipts. Send us an email at sales@hdinresearch.com for the deep dive reports your portfolio deserves. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, would you trust your EV to a robot that's technically broke? Because at the end of the day, the winner isn't the one with the best lab prototype, it's the one with the most resilient balance sheet. I'm with HDIN Research. See you in the next audit.